So, marketing and communication tools. So, I know a lot of people, their inboxes are full of unread newsletters that just kind of pile up and then they delete. But the fact is that email marketing has the best return on investment. So, as much as a lot of people say email marketing doesn't work, it actually is incredibly effective. So, rather than having to pay for one of these email marketing softwares, MailerLite and System.io both have really strong free tiers. So with both of them, you can create a landing page, you can have forms, you can segment those forms. And just touching on segmentation, this is really important because if you cater to several different types of clients and you keep sending them emails that aren't relevant to them, they're more likely to unsubscribe. And that's actually going to make it harder for your emails to land into someone's inbox. So that's why it's important to be like, okay, these people are, let's say your pet store, these people have dogs. Okay, these people have cats. Well, you're probably not going to want to be sending discounts about cat stuff to the dog people or dog discounts to the cat people because it's not relevant to them. And even though it's not a big deal, the fact that all of us have a million newsletters coming in, it becomes a big deal. And that could very easily have someone being in a bad day. You know what? I'm just going to unsubscribe or mark it as spam. And so, but those are still very important. And the thing with email marketing is that's a list of people who have said, hey, I want to learn about you, as opposed to a social media following, because your account can get banned for literally zero reason, and there is nothing you can do about it. I have worked with clients where Facebook will put in, hey, what's up with this? And they will literally just close the ticket without even looking at it. And then they'll do that a number of times. And so basically you can't rely on social media. So having an email marketing list is a way that you can have that connection, even if, Facebook goes down, which it did like a month ago or so for several hours. Okay, so moving to visual content. I love Canva because there are so many templates and that kind of evens the field. So you don't necessarily need to have an incredible graphic designer. If you can afford one, awesome, do it. I'm not knocking them, but for a lot of people, being able to have that template and kind of move things around, it allows you to look more put together. And the fact of the matter is that as much as we want to say it's all about the content and what you can provide, people are going to look at you and make a judgment, unfortunately. They're not necessarily going to see past that. So you need to make a good, clean first impression. And that is where something like Canva can come in, helping with presentations or flyers or social media posts. And because they have all of these templates, it's going to be a whole lot easier to just put in your information, your photos without having to kind of recreate the wheel each time. Okay. So with video and screen recording, there is Loom, but there's also something called ShareX, which is free, and it also screen records. So these are really helpful for product demos, or if you're sending a video message or creating tutorials, or if you want to record yourself so that you can share some information that you can then post on social media. It can also really be helpful to have that visual and that tone of voice, because I think we've all had a moment where an emotion seemed to be conveyed that wasn't actually there. We're like, wait, are you mad at me? Or something that maybe you came across aggressive and you didn't mean to, or someone came across as rude and they didn't mean to. That's just the reality with the texting and email. And sometimes a quick little video check-in can help prevent issues if it seems like things might be getting tense. Okay. So social media management. So when it comes to social media, don't jump on every channel that you see. I know there's so many shiny ones. There's so many different demographics. There's so many different things that you need to do to be on all of these different ones. I recommend no more than 2 channels to start out with, ideally just 1, because that's how you're going to start building momentum and getting into the rhythm of things. You don't want to have to be putting out, information or content that conforms with X, that also conforms with Blue Sky, that also conforms with YouTube, because they all have slightly different standards. So I say stick to 1 or 2. And if you're just doing Facebook or Facebook and Instagram, Facebook has Meta Business Suite, which is going to allow you to schedule your content, and it's not a big deal. You won't need these schedulers. But if you're using something other than Facebook and or Instagram, you're going to need something that's going to help take the pressure off of having to post at specific times every day. So there's CoSchedule, Badika, and Zoho Social. So all of those have free tiers, and it's going to allow you to schedule in advance. And some of them have analytics on the free one, some of them don't, but most social media, if you go into the specific platform, there will be analytics if you are under a business account. So that's also something to keep in mind with these social media schedulers. You do have to have a business account because they won't let you attach a personal account. Usually it's as easy as going into settings and converting, saying, hey, this is now a business account, but depends on the social media. Okay. So I recommend starting with essentials like task management, accounting, and definitely get a CRM. And then once you get that in place, then you can start adding the communication skills. And then you can layer in the content creation. And then once you have those, that's when you can start doing the automation and optimizing things. But the bare minimum to just kind of get your tasks in order, get your invoices and expenses in order, and figure out who you're talking to.